Good afternoon. My name is Sean Dex and I welcome you back to the Mango Grow for your daily analysis video on Bitcoin and ChainLink. In today's video, we'll be discussing the range Bitcoin has established itself in, presenting a few opportunities to play the range itself, opportunities to play a potential breakout, either to the upside or to the downside. There are profits to be had. We'll also be giving you guys an update on ChainLink definitely on the brink. This thing is ready to go, man, and it's ready to go hard. The question is it going to go to the upside or is it going to go to the downside? I'll be giving you guys my thoughts on that, giving you guys an update on our beloved ChainLink. I'll also be doing two more things: an update on our Neo trade, Neo looking very good, and I'll be doing something different today where I'll be answering a user question from one of the Mango members. So if you are interested in any of that, pull out your jugs and get ready for me to pour you some mango juice. And here we are, Bitcoin USD on the 4-hour, and as you can see, guys, Bitcoin being very mysterious, wicking people to the upside, wicking people to the downside in what I call is a finicky candle, scaring people out of their positions on either side. And people are kind of overreacting to this price action because all Bitcoin is doing is ranging over here. Yes, albeit a small range, but let's go ahead and talk about that right now. All we have to do, guys, is turn on your Mango ribbon, right? And this is what we're going to do, okay? We're going to establish a few moving averages, turn off everything to begin with, and what you're going to do is, all you're going to do is use a 200 exponential moving average, a 200 moving average, okay? And you can keep your Tenkin on, you can keep your Kijun on, so turn off everything else, just keep those two moving averages, turn off your 21 as well, okay? So what you're going to have is your Tenkin, okay, your Kijun, your 200 EMA, and your 200 MA, okay? We're going to go ahead and change the 200 EMA to purple, okay, just because I'm used to that color now. Okay, so this is all that Bitcoin is doing, right? Ranging between the 200 EMA and the 200 MA. You can add the Tenkin as well as the Kijun for your next range after the breakout, okay? So essentially, that's all you have to play and wait for the breakout either to the upside or to the downside. If we actually close a candle or two candles, if we want to be extra safe, then we can look for our next move to 9,077, right? If we close underneath 8,671, okay, this is the bottom of the range, this is the 200 moving average, then we can look towards the next range, which is around 8,200-ish, 8,100 at the bottom, okay? So we can go ahead and turn on my horizontals. I don't have a horizontal there, but we can go ahead and establish one right now. You can use this cluster right over here, which is coming up to around 8,116-ish, okay? So for now we can use that, but I'll want to go ahead and be a little, that actually works, yeah. So if we break the 4-hour candle, if we break the 4-hour 200 MA, okay, by closing a candle or two underneath this, then I'll be looking for around 8,120-ish, 8,200-ish, okay? If we break to the upside, which is around 8,861, to repeat that, 2 4-hour candles or 1 4-hour candle if you want to be a little bit aggressive, then the next range to the upside is 9,000 to 9,135. It's as simple as that, and that's all we are doing over here, okay? Until then, you can play between the ranges. You can buy the support, okay, and sell the resistance line, which is the 200 EMA. Again, support line 200 MA, resistance line 200 EMA. This leads us very well into the question I received via Telegram, via PM from one of our Mango Telegram members, right, from one of our community members. And essentially what happened was that he took pretty much the same trade I did. As you guys know, I took my trade right over here at around 8,600. I was looking for the upside. I took it in confluence with the Mango 12-hour Vine. We discussed that in yesterday's video, and I took my profits right over here. I took profits because we had the 200 EMA on the 4-hour, the Tenkin, as well as the top of this previous range that we were just ranging between, right? And Bitcoin is simply ranging over here, and we talked about how the strategy right now is going to be to take profits off the ranges until we establish a trend. And we were talking via private message. He's also in the Mango Seed Telegram group, and he talked about how he took the same trade essentially when we came down over here. But here's the thing, he almost immediately puked his position out. Okay, almost immediately puked his position out, even though we went ahead and hit our target after, right? So essentially, if you are playing the range over here, all you have to do, like I mentioned, is buy support, sell resistance, buy support again, sell resistance, and that's how you play the ranges. Okay, so what happened over here? What happened over here? Well, even though he took the same trade as I did, he didn't get the same profits as I did. And why is that? Because it's not only about having the trade set up, guys. It's about the psychology behind it and the risk management and everything about it. There's 3 parts to the equation at the minimum. Taking the right trade is not enough, which is why I don't advocate signal groups, right? There's different components about it. You got to take the trade, and then have the psychology and the mindset to see the trade through. Do you guys remember when I talked about how I took my trade over here, my short position over here, but I didn't have the psychology to see it through, right? This entire time I was bullish throughout the consolidation. I was taking only longs, and finally I took a big short position over here, right? Big short position over here. But what happens at around 10,300 at the perfect entry, everything, I didn't have the psychology to see it through. I got a partial move towards the downside. I got greedy. I was looking for a bounce play and then to reshort, but what happens? Bitcoin dumped right after. Did not give me time at all to get that bounce play. Now, I didn't take a loss on this trade, but I missed out on a massive opportunity, right? I had the right trade. I did not have the psychology to see it through. Okay, that's so important, guys. Now, even over here, what happened to him was the same thing, right? He puked out his position on the wick towards the downside, even though his rules told him to wait for the candle close. We closed over the 200 moving average. And what happened was right after we went and met the 10K. Let me read out the question. I just realized I forgot to read out the question entirely. So the question was, how do you handle your emotions when your trade temporarily goes against you and you are sitting in a loss temporarily? Too often, I close my position only for it to reverse on me and for it to then go into profits. So that's exactly what we talked about right now, right? So essentially, he took this trade off the 200 MA, okay, looking for profits at the 10K or the 200 EMA. It reversed on him. The trade went against him, but then it went and hit his profit target, okay? So what's going on over here is, I'm going to talk to you a little bit directly, man. I'm not going to reveal your name, of course, but I've talked to you about your situation, and what it seems like is there's multiple things going on, one of which is that you're letting people's emotions in other chat groups, okay, various chat groups, affect your trading behavior. So when Bitcoin starts dumping and we go all the way down to 8,500, instead of sticking to your rules, what you're doing is you're reading all those bearish comments. That's it, we're going to 7K, that's it, we're going to 8K, and you're letting that affect you. You're letting other people's just their voices, just their messages affect your analysis. Now, you don't even know if these guys are good traders or not. You don't know what their trade analysis is. You don't know what their bias is, but you're letting that come in and affect how you trade. So sit back a little bit and think about how ridiculous that is. Now, don't get me wrong, I went through all of that too, especially when I was learning how to trade and I was new. Other people's opinions were far more important than my own opinion. But you need to start believing in your strategy and understand that nothing should trump your strategy. When you are playing your strategy is king, and your strategy is about winning over a period of time, and your strategy should dictate rules to you. Your rules should account for a trade moving against you, okay? So if your stop loss was underneath somewhere over here, let it come and hit your stop loss if it does, because your strategy should include the proposition of your stop getting hit, and regardless of that, in the long term, you should be winning, okay? So when you see the move go against you, and it's coming down, and you're seeing all these bearish comments on various Telegram groups, be like, all right, cool. So be it, man. So be it. I'm going to take this loss, but in the long run, if I keep following my strategy, I'm going to win, all right? And that's where people find it very difficult, because they want to win on every trade. It's not about winning the trade, man. It's about winning over a period of time, all right? If you play any sport, if you play football, if you play soccer, table tennis, do you try to win every single point? When you kick the ball across the field and you pass it to Messi, are you expecting him to score a goal every single time? Well, if it's Messi, yes, you you may, but if it's not messy, you are playing to win over time, right? You want to win the match, all right? And even sometimes you don't win the match, man. It's just a draw, right? That's all part of your strategy, winning over a period of time. So what's happening over here is just one temporary loss. If it is a loss, you don't know it until you let it play out. Your strategy is telling you, wait for the candle close. If it hits your stop loss, it hits your stop loss, right? Let it be. Now, I get it. Even that is easier said than done. Stick to your rules. Everybody harps on about that, right? But your emotions come in the way and you get shook out. So I want to talk about that a little bit, because this will provide a lot more value for you guys other than me just saying, hey, stick to your rules. And I thought about this a little bit, and I was like, because I got this question a few times this weekend. Even Krisha was asking me, how do you stay so calm? Okay, when before we had that huge pump at 7.2k, I was pretty calm about that. I was a little antsy, but I did not let my emotions affect me. And then again this weekend, this move over here, I'm like, hey, we're gonna close over the 21 EMA on the weekly. It's gonna happen. Don't worry about it. All I was doing was sticking my rules, right? But the question is, how was I able to stay calm while everybody else was panicking? Well, I thought back to this, and there was a quote. Okay, I read a lot, so I forget where I got this quote from. There's a quote that stuck with me, and the guy said, "It is as important to be able to read yourself as it is to read the chart." So, as good of an analyst as you are, as you are, okay, you also need to be able to analyze yourself. You need to analyze your emotions. And that stuck with me. And there was one point in my trading career, right, where I was feeling these emotions and I wanted to dump my position because it was going against me. I was feeling really roiled up. And then I sat down and I'm like, wait a minute, I recognize this emotion. Huh? And I said, no, this is that bad emotion, Sean. This is that bad emotion that gets you kicked out of your trades. Sit back, follow your rules, ignore this emotion. I analyzed myself as though I was a chart, okay? All those emotions, that's what I did. And after that, that was the turning point for me. After that, I don't think I ever went through that again. Yes, I go through those emotions, right? But I'm able to now recognize that and just let it happen. Let it happen because I'm just following my rules. Which is why, man, like there's so many people on various Telegram groups and some guys even on Mango that they make every trade, they get so happy about being right. I get happy about being right too, but I also get a little wary about being right too often because those are bad emotions too, okay? Don't just follow your strategy. Just follow your strategy and start recording your emotions as though it was a chart, and that will help you avoid situations like this where your strategy, by the way, this might be a little disheartening, but your strategy has accounted for this wick that would happen, and then you take a profit regardless, right? But now the next time when you are going to take a loss, the next time when you do take a loss, because ranges break, man. If you buy support the next time, you don't know, it may break and you may take a loss. But because you missed out on this win, you have kind of undermined your own strategy, buddy. So think about that. Think about it being like, if you are playing a strategy, play it properly, or you are going to mess up the times where you do have to take a loss. You cannot be taking losses when you don't have to, all right? Because it needs to buffer the times when you do take a loss. Okay, so I think I may have ranted on a little too much about that. I do apologize. So let's go ahead and wrap up what I want to talk about. Bitcoin ranging between the 200 MA, 200 MA, like we talked about. If we break this over here, shooting up towards the Kijun over here, which probably lines up very well with our weekly levels, right? And a lot of people are looking at this 8,500 level as a major wick to the downside and a hunt, and it could have been, but guys, we have been saying over here at Mango, play the higher time frames unless you really do identify an opportunity on the lower time frames, right? And if you want to keep things easy for yourselves and you don't have the skill to play things like the lower time frames, or you're going to see things like this, just stick to the higher time frames. Anyways, going back to our weekly time frame, and you can see over here that all we did was come and test the Kijun. In fact, I tried for a trade over here. I tried getting a long over here, and I missed it because I was closer to the Kijun. In fact, I was trying to be a little safe, and I put it slightly underneath the Kijun, and as you can see, see, it seems like all we did was we came here, front run the Kijun level over here, and we got bought back, right? So that's all we did, guys. We tested the Kijun. Now if we turn on the 21 EMA, let's go ahead and do that. I think that is lining up with our 9,000 region, right? So yeah, so we have the 21 EMA on the top side, and we have the Kijun underneath us. Would I be surprised if we come and close over the 21 EMA anyways this week? No, we have so many days left. We have around 6 more days before we close the week, right? What is Wednesday? No, 6 more days. We have less than that, but we have enough time for us to come and close over the 8,973 level. Let's go back on over to the 4 hour, get things back into equilibrium, and we are looking at around this target here, right? That's the top of our range, man. If we break over the top of this 4 hour range over here, we'd be closing the weekly above the weekly 21 EMA, and that will be telling. If we don't, hey, we'll play it to the downside, right? For now, Bitcoin is ranging. Take it one step at a time, and we will revisit this when the time is right. Of course, tomorrow, because I'll be doing a video update for you guys tomorrow. So I want to move on to Link now, because I spent way too much time over there. But hey, if you guys do enjoy things like that, go ahead and leave a question down below on the YouTube, under the YouTube comment section, or join the Mango Telegram group. Find me in the Mango Telegram group and shoot me a private message if you're more comfortable with that. All right. So yeah, let's go ahead and look at Link now. Link USD. Here we have Link on our daily, and Link, man, getting to the brink of this ascending triangle over here. And I do want to talk a little bit about this as well. Someone asked me why I don't like things getting to the apex of the ascending triangle, and this is more of a preference thing, guys. Some people enjoy this, but some people like playing this because it looks like it's ready to break, and I do agree it's ready to break, and we do have a measured move pointing all the way up to $3.43, right? But at the same time, from my experience, these kind of things tend to have a little bit of it's just a preference thing. You may see a way this could break to the downside. Okay, let me talk about the psychology of what's going on over here. These rising wicks, these rising candle closes, what it's telling you is that the buyers are coming in closer and closer and closer, are willing to buy higher and higher and higher, while the sellers are not able to push down price tighter and tighter and tighter, the way the buyers are being able to push the price up higher and higher and higher. But at the same time, you need to understand that as soon as, so a guy like me who plays the trend and then switches to a range trader when a consolidation range has been established, what we do is we look to see, and those of you who are in the Mango C program, you will understand this more in depthly, especially if you watch the module, the analogy module, where we talk about the war general, and we use the war general and the various probability and magnitude of the win analogy. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? What we do is we look to see that, hey, is this range worth it? Is this range worth it for the amount of risk I'm about to take? Okay, so as soon as ChainLink established a range over here, which was probably around here, 22nd of October, we start playing the range, right? We start playing the range, and we'll be buying support, selling resistance, buying support, selling resistance. And if you see what's happening over here is that the range gets tighter and tighter and tighter, which means that our edge gets tighter and tighter and tighter. The magnitude of the wins become less and less attractive, and people start sitting out. That's how you see the consolidation form on the volume signature as well, guys. Everybody says, oh man, you're seeing consolidation volume signatures, but what does it really mean? What does that really where is that coming from, right? That's what's happening, guys. People start sitting out. People like me who are like, you know what, this is not worth it, I'm going to wait for a break. I'm going to wait for a break because I don't get stuck in a prolonged consolidation, and two, I don't want this to break to the downside with me not having enough edge to the upside, right? Now, this could break to the downside, and we do have a measured move that we could look for that somewhere around here, I guess. And to the downside, if we break here, we're looking at around $2.20. Okay, that probably lines up with the Kijun. Let's go ahead and see that. Is that, oh wow, damn. And to the upside, well, we already have the upside marked over here, right? Upside somewhere around there as well. So yeah, there are lots of confluence to have, so this could line up with the break of Bitcoin. If Bitcoin breaks on its USD chart, ChainLink may break too. Who knows, right? Who knows? So that's something that we'll keep an eye out. If we get a perfect break of this and then a retest of that level, that's what I'll be looking to buy, right? And we had that on Neo, so we can actually talk about Neo now, right? Where's my Neo chart? I do have it right over here. Yeah, Neo. So wow, Neo, yes, looking good, looking even better now, better than before I started this video. So so yesterday I talked about Neo. Go ahead and watch yesterday's video for a quick recap on what I discussed. If you guys missed that, go ahead and watch it, of course. But we were looking at Neo right over here, right before it popped up. So if you guys watched the video and then looked at them like, hey, this is a good opportunity, good for you guys, good for you, Mango, helping you guys take good trades. As you guys know, right after the video, we got this thrust to the upside, and we are looking at this consolidation formation. We got the perfect retest, right? Perfect retest after the breakout, and then a nice move towards the upside. So boom, another 14%. I've been in this Neo trade actually a little bit before that. As soon as we broke the dailies was when I started building a starter position right over here. Neo looking really good, and then we found resistance on the top of the cloud over here, and then over here this candle was yesterday, right, where the 4-hour came, tested the top of the cloud, which was also our consolidation formation, top of a consolidation formation, and then a thrust to the upside. Where am I looking for Neo to move? Let's see, I probably have my horizontal set. Nope. I was actually looking for Neo to see resistance right here, and we just broke that. So interesting, really good. This is what happens, guys, when trends begin to form. You just break right through the trend, I'll be looking at this resistance line too. Okay, this line over here as a probable resistance line. Okay, after that though, right here we're gonna have various levels to break through. We're sitting over that too. It'll be good to see if we can close a couple of 4-hour candles or a 12-hour candle above this. After that, I'll be looking at somewhere around these levels, okay, which lines up with this. So that's going to be a key cluster area for us. Okay, key cluster. Now that we're approaching it, I'm going to go ahead and mark it. Usually I don't like to make our charts messy. By the way, for those of you who have been following us on Link USD only recently, go ahead and watch all of my older videos on Link BTC while I was trading this throughout this range to the upside, right? Throughout this range, I was doing something very similar to what I'm doing with Neo now. Okay, I find a good trending coin and I start building my position as we keep going up, right? And I did that over here. You guys followed me throughout this, and for those of you who don't, go ahead and watch those videos. It'll be very educational for you guys. But there's only so much I can even say in these videos as well. I'm using various concepts that I've really built on. Those of you who are on the Mango C program, okay, definitely use the Chainlink trend trade along with what you're learning in the Mango C program to build on your skills, okay? Because you guys are probably seeing how I use a multitude of various I don't want to say skills, tools that I teach in the Mango C program that you guys will be able to apply throughout this trend trade. Okay, so yeah, so we talked about Link. We talked about Link BTC as well. We talked about Bitcoin. I don't have time to talk about Ethereum. I'll talk about Ethereum, and I got a request for XRP too. In the next video, I'll do another video today. Later, I got to go and do something. I have some errands to run, so I'll do that right after. If I have the energy, I probably will, because I got a request for XRP and I want to honor that from you guys. So hey, so Link USD, let's go ahead and look at Bitcoin dominance. Okay, Bitcoin dominance right over here, and we talked about Bitcoin dominance, how it's trending to the downside. I do wanna, so we were talking about on the 4-hour, right? We were talking about on the 4-hour, but how as soon as we lost the 10K and the 21 EMA over here, testing it twice, getting rejected, it looked like all coins were gonna run. That's when I started, you guys know what I'm talking about. I don't want to reiterate and be redundant, but that's essentially what I was looking at. But I'm looking at the 4-hour too now. What I'm finding very interesting in this candle over here that we just put in, this candle over here. Okay, this looks very interesting to me. And then we closed a candle or two over the 10K. Now what I'm looking for Bitcoin to do is potentially put in a couple of higher lows over here on the 4-hour time frame. Not Bitcoin, guys. Bitcoin dominance. It's very different. A couple of 4-hour candles over here on the couple of higher lows. Sorry, I'm a little tired. Couple of higher lows over here on the Bitcoin dominance, and retake the 10K and the 21 EMA. If we do that, right, I'll be looking for a move all the way up to the Kijun over here. Perhaps some resistance first at 68.3, but I'll be looking for Bitcoin dominance to make its way to 68.96. Now that doesn't mean that Bitcoin pumps. Okay, that doesn't mean Bitcoin pumps. It could mean that Bitcoin either goes sideways or even dumps a little, and all coins dump even harder. So keep that in mind as well. And at the same time, if Bitcoin dumps over here, it doesn't mean Bitcoin dominance. If Bitcoin dominance dumps over here, it doesn't mean that Bitcoin pumps. Bitcoin dumps. If Bitcoin dominance dumps over here, it doesn't mean that Bitcoin dumps. It could mean that all coins just pump harder. All right, so make sure that when you're watching this, you don't put a one-to-one relationship to what's happening with Bitcoin. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of PMs that I'm getting that people are confusing the two. It doesn't need to work out that way. There are other scenarios. Keep that in your mind. So this video has gotten far too long already, guys. I want to wrap it up over here. Again, quick recap on Bitcoin. We're displaying the ranges. If we break to the downside, look to our next measured move all the way up to around, not measured move, next range, 8,200, 8,150-ish. If we break the range to the upside over here, I'll be looking at this cluster over here at 9,077 to 9,100, lining up with our weekly levels. Okay, so everything I hope is clear for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Throw it a like, throw it a subscribe. I will see you guys in the next video. And again, hit the subscribe, guys, because I'm trying to hit that 10,000 subscriber mark, because I want to start being able to do YouTube stories, so that way I can post updates to you guys on the fly. It's something I'm going to try to commit to doing, but hey, I can't do that because YouTube is discriminating against me because I'm subscriber poor. I don't want to be subscriber poor, all right? Being poor in the past was worse enough. Now they're making me feel poor again. See you guys tomorrow's video. Throw a like, throw a subscribe. Ciao.